Alrighty, Questionable Plays Dirty Hipster here with Cedric Abano. Cedric, what'd you do today?
I placed in top 8.
Ah, and what were you doing?
I was playing Fenriloogamon
Nice.
Takemikazuchi.
Oh, you're playing spicy BT17 stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. So much fun.
Alrighty. So let's jump into it. I think we know some of the cards here, but I think you know the deck a little bit better than the rest of us.
First, we'll start with the eggs. Running 4 of the old Bomon from BT14. There's 2 eggs you can run with this. There's the new Bomon, which has seen like 1 or 2 results and isn't actually that bad. It lets you, when you tuck a Tamer, take back something from trash and Digivolve into it. But you can only do that once per turn. And this is creme de la creme. Amazing.
Every single time. There's no red text on that.
Yeah. So, as long as this reads that as long as I discard a card, I can Digivolve into it as long as it is Dark Animal or Sons of Chaos, SOC.
Alright.
So, using the when Digivolving discard effects, you can go from Rookie all the way up to the 6 and proc sequence of chain of effects. It's very useful. It's because you will be proccing this on your turn, you can kind of get around your opponent's ability to interact as well, because your effects will have priority as well. So it's just a very good egg. It's just very combo intensive, and it's useful. Yeah.
Alrighty.
For rookies, we're running 4 of the old Luga. This Luga is considered the better Luga. Its startup main allows you to tuck an AG from hand or trash underneath to gain a memory. So it's a way to push memory. It's a way to guarantee you have an AG always. Hand or trash is very loose. It means that it's very hard to get rid of as long as they don't like paladin mode it or whatever. Right? Paladin mode's the big bad.
It's
here.
the boogeyman for this format right now for all these graveyard decks.
Exactly. The Inherit allows you to gain a memory when you play a card with Dark Animal or SOC. That includes the Tamer when you play him out from Mind Link. There's a couple of funny plays that you can do with that on occasion. I might show them later. Then this is the BT15 Luga running at 2. This serves a very different purpose. When it's hacking, you can pitch a card to delete a 3k or less. With Uko being very prevalent, popping low-cost or low DP bodies is very important. This is really significant into Nume to thin the board. And more importantly, you get to pitch and trigger your Bomon and go all the way up, so you're not just swinging with this, having this run down.
Alright.
If you have a Tamer underneath, you draw a card, so you're discarding with replacement, which is very useful.
Nice.
And then finally, it's 3 Uko.
Oh.
We're running 9 rookies. We're very greedy. Most Luga lists are usually very greedy, somewhere around 9 to 10 rookies. 9 is what I've settled on for now. We'll see if I up that in the future. This Uko, when you raise it, it's a menace. It searches top 3, it hatches. So the main thing is that by hatching, you're really able to guarantee that at every turn you're able to raise and apply pressure. A lot of times this stack is going to be in the back, and you raise the Luga as the start of your play, and guaranteeing that you have that egg spot safe means that you always have a safe backup turn. Very useful, absolute menace. I hate it in other decks, but I'll excuse it here. That covers our 3s. Next is our 4s. For our 4s, we're running 4 of the BT15 Lugar. BT15 Lugar, when Digivolving and when attacking, most notably not once per turn, you pitch a card to give it plus 2k for the turn, and then you can draw a card if you have the Tamer underneath. It's a way to discard with replacement, so it's a way to dig for more pieces. There's a lot of cases where I will take a rookie and I'll Digivolve on top, and then I'll swing, and that'll get me 2 discards with replacement. It's a way to dig a little deeper, which does come up a decent amount. But more importantly, the DP can also come up, especially if you're not doing the full Takemikazuchi play. This DP can really matter. Important note, this has the same inherit as this, end of attack. If your opponent has 1 or more memory, gain a memory. So if you swing with the rookie, let's say you Digivolve here into Lugar off of the discard using the Bomon inherit, and then you use this to Digivolve into a level 5, you would gain 2 memory at the end of attack as long as you would normally be passing turn, which is pretty good, pretty strong to be able to do. There's 2 of these Lugar. this is... I consider this not as good anymore. It used to be very staple. When attacking by trashing a card in hand, you draw one, and if AG is underneath, you gain a memory.
Okay.
The issue is you need to be attacking with this, meaning that if you attack with this Luga and go into this, you won't be able to go up any further. That's kind of the main weakness. That and the fact that this is when digivolving, so this is much better. But the inherit here is really solid when you play a SOC Dark Animal, you gain a memory.
Okay.
And then finally, you have these Tyrannos. Right.
These are the searchy boys, right?
Yes. On play, it's a 4-cost on play to search top 4, take a Digimon and a Tamer with SOC, and then if you take something, you trash something. So it's trash setup, it's a blocker, it's on play, it's relatively cheap. There's a lot of cases in stuff like Nume, in stuff like very low-end decks like Red Base, Blue Hybrid. Where this Tyranno really matters because you're able to block the early aggression and buy yourself like 1 or 2 extra swings. It's cheap enough that you don't feel too bad when they try to out it. They will try to out it, but I mean, you have to do something.
What can you do, right?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, the blocker is really significant. The fact that this is an on-play trash can come up for triggering Beaumont. So in sequence with a couple of other plays, it's really flashy. That covers all of the 4s. We're only running also 9. This is, again, very greedy. I'm very dependent on my search cards to be able to kind of facilitate everything, and the fact that Mulligan is honestly really, really solid.
Alright.
Alright, let's clear up some space. Next is my 5s. 4 of this Solugar. This is the one that you want to see in the stack when you're making Takemikazuchi, or when you're making anything, realistically. When digivolving, you trash 2 cards, so it's very good trash setup. To delete a 6k or less, if you don't, you get to play out a level 4 or lower SOC. You'll get to play out Tyranno. It's very strong if you get to do that. A lot of cases in this meta, there's a lot of things that are lower than 6k, so you'll usually delete off of this. So you usually can't really count on getting that second body out. Sometimes you can, but it depends on the matchup. Lots of low end, but extra removal, can't complain.
Got it.
This also has an alterns. When one of your other SOC Digimon is deleted, if this has the AG underneath, you can digivolve this into a Fenry from trash without paying cost. This is alterns, this is any point. There's a couple of funny interactions I can kind of describe later, but and it used to be very good. It doesn't come up as much now because we're playing a little bit more towards the Takemikazuchi OTK, but still very good. And finally, the unsuspend condition on the inherit, end of attack. If your opponent is at 1 or more memory, unsuspend this Digimon.
Oh, okay.
Important to note that if you swing and you are above this threshold, you do not trigger it, meaning that you can save it to trigger it later if you have another way to unsuspend. I'll cover that later. Okay. Next is 2 of this Hellugar. This Hellugar is great. It's amazing.
We miss Poppy Boy.
I think I'm going to bump him up to 3 after this. End of turn, you delete this, you draw 2, you take back a rookie. So if you were swinging with this Luga, going into this Lugar, and going into this Helluga, you delete this, you draw 2, you take the rookie back, so you have a guaranteed rookie for your next stack that you're going to build. And then this has an on deletion. You may trash up to 3 cards. It deletes to level 3, +1 for each card you trash. You can only trash SOC and Dark Animal, though. So
which is most of your deck.
it's most of your deck, but
except for this guy. Although that should be a Dark Animal.
yeah, honestly, that would be so strong. But deletes a level 3 +1 for each card you trash. So up to a level 6. Not as good as it used to be with the prevalence of a bunch of level 7. But still pretty solid. Then we have the Spice.
What is this guy?
Scobalucci. You use this not really as a level 5, but rather as a card that you can discard. When one of your effects discards this, you can digivolve this into a... you can digivolve one of your Digimon into a Dark Animal or Undead. Everything's Dark Animal. This is a way to get back resources from trash. I use this in place of calling to recur stuff. It has another when digivolving effect, but you almost never go into this. I have yet to go into this. And then the last piece of spice, this is a Blasted Past from BT17. This is the DNA. You have a lot of purple-red level 4s, and that allows you to do the DNA, which allows you to play out a Digimon with free in its traits, which are the Ukos, and then you can give one Digimon Rush and it can attack a player. This will DNA, this will be able to swing, this Uko from trash will be able to play it out and can also swing. This is a bit of aggression. It's used not really with the Takemikazuchi, but and that's it for the level 5s. Now for the level 6s, there's 3 of this Fenry and 3 of this Kazuchi. Most people are running 4-4. The main thing is you digivolve into this Fenry, and as long as you have the Tamer underneath, you can play out the Kazuchi without paying cost, as long as, or play it out from trash. Play out a Kazuchi or a Fenry. Whatever you play out will get bounced to hand at the end of the opponent's turn, so you won't have it for very long, but that'll trigger Fenry's all turns to pop a 10k or less. It's more removal on top of everything else, and it combos well into Takemikazuchi. And then for me, this is considered spice. There's 2 of the old Fenry. Most people are running 1 of these and 4 of these, or none of these and 4 of these. I think that this is really good. I think this closes out games that this struggles to, so I'm running 2 of these. It still floods the board with up to 3 level 4s. Level 4. So you can print out a bunch of bodies, you get an unsuspend when attacking, it's a lot of pressure. Next is Takemikazuchi.
What does this guy do?
So, you want this piece in the trash. When you digivolve into Fenry and you play out the Kazuchi, this has a trash your turn effect that allows you to DNA from trash in combining these 2. The important thing is that when digivolving, first you give something minus 16,000 DP.
Oh.
So it's a very general purpose nuke. And then if you have a Tamer underneath, you can set your opponent's memory to 3, and then you gain a memory and recover 1 if you DNA.
Wow.
That means that at the end of the play, you will set your opponent to 2 memory, which is under the cap that you have for the Fenry inherit, which means that you take turn. No matter how much memory, as long as you end up in this Takemikazuchi, you are going to steal turn back as long as you have the Tamer underneath.
Okay.
Which is very strong, and then it's when attacking, allows you to trash the top card of your security, to trash the top card of the opponent's security. It's not once per turn. So you use this, you swing, you use the inherit here to unsuspend. You'll get 2 checks, but you will also be trashing 2 security from your opponent. Combine that with the fact that the Kazuchi has an inherit. When a card is removed from your security, all turns once per turn, it gives minus 8k. You have so much removal at your disposal, and this is such a very good defensive tool as an inherit.
Okay.
That covers the level 7s. Most people are running 3 of these, 4-4. I'm running 3-3-2, so I can...
With Fenrir as your spicy technology.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Next is the AGs. Not too much to say about them. Most lists are running 5-6. These have the same inherit, Alliance and Blocker. This is a memory setter. This gives me a memory starter main if I have if the opponent has a Digimon. You can tuck these underneath any of your pieces. They enable all of the effects. You want to see at least 1 of these, but going up to 6 I think is greedy.
Okay.
Next is 4 analog. We need a way to search, we need a way to fill trash. Analog is the efficient way to do that. We can also use it to trigger off of Hellugar to take back turn, set up a stack in the back because this allows you to hatch as well. Very familiar searching piece. It also picks up the Kazuchis, which is not SOC, so it's kind of hard to search.
Okay.
Then anti-Numeon card.
Yeah.
Run a 2 of. There's a lot of decks that are running a bunch of Ukos. It counts.
Yeah. Uko hate.
Yeah, Uko hate. You have a lot of just deletion removal in general. It gets a lot of value. And then for option cards, it's 2 wisdom currently and 1 of this option, Demon Wolf, the Castle of 9 Wolves. Wisdom everyone's familiar with. This searches top 3, takes a Digimon, or takes 1 card with SOC, and then adds to hand, and then trashes 1 if you added a card. And then you can use the delay effect to play out from trash. Anything with SOC, cost reduced by 2. So you have a lot of tools to recur stuff. You can take back AG, play out Luga. You can play out the level 5, have it die for 5, as long as you have this delay. It's just really useful.
Wow.
that covers everything about the deck.
All right, so you went undefeated into Swiss,
Yes.
and then what happened in Swiss?
So we have the anti-Nume tech, and this deck's worst matchup, even with this tech, is Nume. Nume's really fast. Nume can blow me out of the water before I can set up. This is very OTK setup. So I went against my good friend Travis, shout out to him. He plays amazingly, but more importantly, he also has a very aggressive version of the list, which is running a bunch of Satsuki, a bunch of Louis. So he's generating a lot of swings, closing out games within, 4 turns. If I don't get a good setup, if I don't get a good hand, I lose. I wasn't able to consistently get it for all 3 games.
Damn. You know what, Cedric? You did amazing. You brought in BT17 Fenrir with Sword Doggo. Well, we're waiting to see better things. Maybe in the next tournament you'll be able to bully all the rest of the Numamons out. And this is impressive. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty. This is Dirty Hipster signing out.